Many people find it hard to push themselves early in the morning due to grogginess, tightness, and low motivation. It takes longer to get into the zone, which might result in lower workout intensity and less volume. Since volume and intensity are key variables in muscle growth, this can affect results. However, this is highly individual. Some people are naturally more alert in the morning. They're morning people who feel sharp, energetic, and focused right after waking up. For them, training in the morning might actually be their peak performance time, regardless of general trends. Other people are night owls who feel sluggish in the morning, but come alive in the evening. They thrive on evening workouts, feel stronger, more explosive, and mentally locked in. So individual chronotype, the natural inclination of your body clock, plays a role in determining when you train best. Instead of forcing yourself to train at a time that doesn't align with your body's natural rhythm, it's better to identify when you feel strongest, most focused, and most motivated. This self-awareness can lead to better training sessions, which in turn result in better muscle building outcomes. Let's also talk about recovery and inflammation. Your body's ability to recover from workouts varies depending on the time of day. Some studies suggest that morning workouts result in lower post-exercise inflammation compared to evening workouts. This might be beneficial for long-term recovery, especially for people who train frequently. Lower inflammation could mean less soreness and quicker recovery, allowing you to train more consistently with high intensity. But again, the magnitude of this difference is small and might not translate into significant muscle-building differences over time. Another factor is cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol is highest in the morning and declines throughout the day. While cortisol has a bad reputation, it's not inherently harmful. It helps mobilize energy, break down fat, and keep you alert. But chronically elevated cortisol, especially in the presence of intense training and poor recovery, can be catabolic, breaking down muscle tissue and impairing growth. If your morning training is too intense and your recovery is poor, this cortisol spike might not be ideal for muscle growth. However, if your nutrition, hydration, and rest are on point, this effect is likely minimal. Evening training, when cortisol is lower, may offer a more anabolic environment, especially when combined with elevated insulin and nutrient availability from your meals. Let's shift to training quality. Training quality is not just about how much weight you lift, but also how focused you are during your session. Are you dialed in? Are you resting properly between sets? Are you tracking your progress? Morning sessions often come with fewer distractions. There are fewer people in the gym, and your mind is less cluttered with the day's stress. This mental clarity can lead to more focused, high-quality sessions, especially if you're training alone. Evening sessions, while potentially more energetic, can also be more crowded, noisy, and distracting. If you have to wait for equipment or rush through your sets due to closing time or social plans, your training quality may suffer. Now let's talk about muscle protein synthesis. The process of building new muscle tissue happens in response to resistance training and is influenced by your nutritional intake and hormonal environment. It doesn't occur during the workout, but afterward, during recovery. The peak in muscle protein synthesis occurs several hours post-workout and remains elevated for up to 24 to 48 hours. This means the exact timing of your workout matters less than the total stimulation you provide and how well you recover. However, some studies suggest that evening training might lead to a slightly greater acute spike in muscle protein synthesis, likely due to better performance during the workout. That said, this difference is marginal and likely evens out over the long term if your training and recovery are consistent. Another consideration is training frequency and split. Some people train twice a day, once in the morning and once in the evening, especially advanced lifters or athletes. This doubles the anabolic stimulus and allows for more volume spread across sessions. But it requires exceptional recovery, sleep, and nutrition. For most people, one session a day is more than enough. In that case, choosing a time that allows you to maximize performance, stay consistent, and recover well is key. Let's not forget about life outside the gym. Your job, family commitments, energy levels, and daily schedule all influence your ability to train effectively. Morning training might be the only feasible option for people with hectic afternoons or unpredictable work hours. For students, office workers, or parents, Morning training provides structure and eliminates the risk of missing sessions due to unforeseen responsibilities later in the day. Evening training suits people with more flexible schedules, better energy levels at night, or access to better gym environments during off-peak hours. Your environment matters too. Are you training at home or at a gym? Do you have access to equipment in the morning? Do you feel comfortable and motivated in your chosen setting? All these factors impact your training consistency and effectiveness. Some people feel empowered training alone at dawn. Others feed off the energy of a packed gym after work. Neither is better or worse. It's about what works for you. Your mindset, motivation, and emotional connection to your routine determine your adherence. And adherence is what builds muscle in the long run. Let's talk about periodization. Some lifters switch between morning and evening workouts depending on the training cycle. For example, they may perform strength-focused sessions in the evening when they can lift heavier, and recovery sessions or mobility work in the morning. This hybrid approach lets you capitalize on the benefits of both timeframes. But for most people, sticking to a consistent time each day helps the body adapt better. Your nervous system, digestion, and recovery adapt to routine. So whether you train at 6 a.m. or 6 p.m., try to stick to a similar schedule daily for best results. Consistency sends a signal to your body that it's time to perform, and over time, this improves performance and muscle building efficiency. Finally, let's bring it all together. There's no one-size-fits-all answer. Morning and evening workouts both have unique pros and cons. The best time to train is the time that fits your lifestyle, maximizes your performance, and allows for consistent effort over months and years. Muscle growth is not built in one magical hour. It's built through thousands of reps, hundreds of workouts, and relentless consistency. If you train hard, eat smart, sleep deep, and recover well, you can build muscle at any hour of the day. So listen to your body, honor your rhythm, and train at the time that lets you bring your best effort, day after day, week after week. Because the time of day matters far less than the discipline you bring to the process. Muscle doesn't grow by the clock, it grows by commitment. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Fitness with Grooming, where we don't just build bodies, we build confidence, style, and strength. Stay fit, stay sharp,